Greetings, salutations, and other big words. My name's Ethan. My handle is Wrangler. Welcome to Frequency Studios, where I'm hyped up on way too much cake right before the show, and then I'll crash out in a few minutes. I want to start off tonight by saying happy birthday to my father, Jonathan Sassport, is 78 years old today. Glad to have you here, and I hope we still get many more out of you. Love you, Dad. Anyway, let's bring in the co-host. What's going on, guys? How are you this week? Maji.
Hello. How are you guys?
Doing all right. What have you been working on?
It was my day off, so I've just been working on Shalar.
I know what you've been working on, but why don't you tell us?
Oh, well, Shalar.
Yeah, I opened that up. I'm like, can I? Yeah, I opened that up. I'm like, can I read this before the show?
Yeah,
I got 5 minutes. No.
I was I was working on I did a mini fight scene, one to move the story along, and two to test the sample for the final battle.
Yeah.
And so I was working on that. I spent hours. I spent way too long working on just such a short little part, but I think I've gotten it in a way that'll be good for the final battle, because obviously the final battle will be far more complicated than what I wrote. But
yeah, and it can be difficult. I've spent a couple hours on a single paragraph before, just going, how do I convey this idea? And then other things that are big and complex I fly through. I'm like, how does this work, this brain thing?
Almost all my characters use weapons, but two. One of them's a shapeshifter that turns into a saber-tooth tiger, so technically he is a walking weapon, so I didn't bother to put a weapon on him. But the other one, he's a martial artist, so I've been watching really bad kung fu movies and Power Rangers trying to mimic the styles that will work. Because I don't want to say he did a backflip, he did a front kick. I want to actually explain the movement.
Yeah, I think I mentioned him last week, Hello Future Me. I do believe something he said in many of his videos over and over again is fight scenes are complicated. Read out. What do you got going on?
Making sure my cat doesn't do something stupid on air.
Hello, IronAge historian and furball. I got a furball in my lap.
Oh yeah, I gotta expand that because kitty.
Yeah, there's a kitty. That's not the most destructive one. Her brother's the destructive one.
I like how as soon as I blow up the screen, she starts licking herself. It's like that dog in that first episode of The Orville.
They cannot be spotted. But aside from watching my cats ruin my room, other than that, things are going pretty good. I've been resurrected. Semester's over. Still have a lot of regular work, employment work. So go for employment work and then vegetate in the evening, rinse and repeat, longing for a free day where I can go through my piles and piles of books and artifacts and just, well, I call them artifacts. You call them junk that's laying all throughout the house.
Tomato.
Hey,
I was actually what?
How much longer before we could call you the IronAge professor?
Never. I'm not going that far into college.
Professor Abe.
I don't have the stamina.
Billy Bob, what you got going on, man?
Just chilling. Kapla.
Yeah, every day during the day before a show starts, I'm driving around and I think to myself, Maji's a big Transformers fan. I need to open up talking to her more with Ba Weep Grana Weep Ninny Bong. Then the show starts, and every time I forget. So there it is.
I never heard that ever. Most people don't even know what you just did. Now, can you get the hand symbols?
That I can't, but I do know that Ba Weep Grana Weep Ninny Bong in the Junkion dialect is Ba Weep Grana Weep Ninny Bong. I paid way too much attention to that movie.
Read out. I can see it on your face. That's the universal greeting in Transformers.
Oh, okay.
The real one, not the Bayformers.
Yeah, not the Bayformers.
I just thought it was the code for the nuclear football to end us all.
No, I just saw the blank expression.
No, that's Blather and Blather Smites. Or something that they used to say in Darkwing Duck.
How do you delete the fucking picture off your avatar?
What?
How do you delete the picture off your avatar?
I don't know if you could delete.
I know you can replace it under edit. You might have to leave out real quick and come back in, though.
Nah. You can do this on the fly.
Yeah. I mean, last week we saw Herman just swapping through pictures right there on screen.
You should be able to hit the three dots next to your camera, the three dots of your video, hit edit audio avatar, and there should just be the basic, the nipple. That's what we call it, right?
Yeah, but I'm trying to remember how to, hold up. Oh, okay, there we go. I can delete it.
All right. Now that Billy Bob's found out how to erase himself from continuity, let's say hello to AS Burner. Evening, everyone. Evening, AS. How you been? And Jose Hernandez is here as well. There he is, starting off with the questionable words and then right into...
Sorry.
Hey, baby Boku no Pico will haunt Trippy Soul's dreams. I tricked that dumbass into watching it.
Yeah, I heard about that.
What is that? You know, no. Never mind. I remember Big Kahuna saying, "Don't ask."
Where is?
Yeah, I'm still in the same camp as you, Maji, because my curiosity has not overcome my common sense quite yet.
No. That's right. That's right. I remember.
I don't know where I put the DVD. It's hidden.
That's right.
So,
now that the intros are done, nobody's got anything to talk about?
Oh, well, you know. I mean, we could talk about it, but we'd probably get dinged right off the bat. But
the sky's pretty. Beautiful weather we're having.
I don't know. I watched the EVS. They were doing the review on the Flashcast stream, going through it, where Eric July was arguing with fucking Dick Masterson over Ice 1 and shit.
I watched something from him this morning, a video from him this morning. I think he posted it yesterday. I'm like, oh, you know what? That's a good thing to bring up on this show tonight. And now I can't remember what the hell I was listening to.
Well, pretty much. Okay, you remember that 45-minute like note or whatever critique of Isom 1 that Eric went through? It was done by the Dick Masterson, and they were on a fucking stream together, arguing back and forth.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. At least he came up on stream to have the debate with him directly rather than just. I'm guessing because if he's there, then I guess he's there. Didn't see this, but better than so many people talk crap about his work. Why?
I have no clue.
I mean, there's no weirdo crap in there. What's the problem?
I have no clue. What we got talked about fucking this week? Nothing really shit has happened. Same old shit.
Well, something major happened today that John A. Douglas had an interview on his Signal Boost.
Yeah, I
think that's what AS Bruner's referring. AS Bruner, is that what you're referring to with that comment there?
That's what he's talking about.
What happened?
Fund My Comic, right? Isn't that what Kahuna's on?
Yeah, the Fund My Comic is done.
Yeah, as well as the. It's the Mythicals. Oh, what is that campaign? I was just on it this morning. It was really cool. I was gonna buy something as soon as I got paid. Hold on. He even had beer koozies.
Oh, you're talking about Hojo Comics.
Hojo's comics, yeah. His thing is actually really cool. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna find the website and show you what he's doing. Anyway, keep talking.
I just pulled it up. I'm about to screen share.
Oh, perfect.
Who we got?
Hey, Raven.
Raven.
Hey, hello. Sorry, I'm late.
Okay.
Man, I am spacing out today. I'm sorry, guys.
I was enjoying a normal day at work today. It was peaceful. It was lovely. And I'm not saying that was sarcasm. I was like kicking back. Like I was working, of course, but there was no the building wasn't burning down around you. 15 million people weren't bursting through the floodgates. It was just a normal day. It was, like, productive.
No dire emergencies. That's always nice. Especially on a Monday.
Hold up, Raven. You know Diablo 4, don't you? Diablo.
I played Diablo 1 and 2. I think I looked at 3. I probably debated 4, but I've not played any of the newest stuff.
It's looking like they're doing Horse Armor DLC. I took the old Bethesda route.
Oh, brother. Who was it that predicted that? Or was that in a different game?
It was in Bethesda. It was in Oblivion, where they charged. It was like $10 or whatever, or $5 or $10, whatever it was. Horse armor.
For the horse armor, yeah.
That's
What are we looking
ridiculous.
at?
This is Fund My Comic.
Yeah, I know the website. We live
Well,
streamed.
you just asked what we were looking at.
Prepare
No, no.
yourselves, intrepid readers.
Oh, you could have just said, "Hey, dummy, read it." And then I would have said, "No."
I'm sorry, I'm
Prepare
distracted.
you. Prepare yourself, intrepid readers, for a truly exhilarating proposition. Bestow upon the website the remarkable gift of tipping and unlock a cataclysmic surge of support for your beloved campaigns. Embrace the incredible might of your generosity as it propels these cherished endeavors into the illustrious realm of featured picks, where they shall shine like beacons, captivating the hearts and minds of countless devotees. With each tip you offer, you assume the mantle of an architect of innovation, fortifying the platform to unveil awe-inspiring new features that shall leave onlookers breathless. Let it be known, the default tip amount is but a mere starting point, for it is your unwavering dedication that shall truly elevate these campaigns to new heights. As the tips flow and accumulate, hey, there we go, like a surge of otherworldly energy, these campaigns shall ascend ever higher. Their stay upon the illustrious list extended. Stand united with us, valiant heroes, and together we shall script a legend that reverberates throughout the comic book cosmos, heralding the triumphant tales of these extraordinary campaigns. So this is a new crowdfunding site, Fund My Comic, your crowdfunding home for comics and games. I do believe right now they only have just comics right now, but they're working on expanding. Is that correct?
No, they also have they have a board game on there, which is fucking hilarious to look at. It was
Virtue Signal. Is it Virtue Signal?
Virtue Signal, right? There you go. Virtue Signal NPC.
Yeah. That
Oh, click on it. No. Go up. Click on it.
Mythicals. That's Hojo's personal project, is the Mythicals.
I know. But click on the
remember what
NPC
it's
one.
called.
Go to the rewards. Go to
Incel Riot
Uh-oh.
Studios,
yeah.
known as IRS. Oh, man.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
we already have it
This is an
worked
indie
out.
design studio out of Logan, Utah. Hashtag Comicsgate, except it's games. Creators of Virtue Signal, the game, Portland Occupied Zone, and Escape from Epstein Island. Often canceled, never defeated.
Yeah, I've already talked it over with my co-host at Heterocromedia. We're having a game night. We're going to stream it. If we don't stream it, we'll make an episode out of it. This is
Look at the
happening.
rewards. Look at
All
the
right,
rewards.
you know what? I don't care. Let's find out. I'll know
I'm
if this is
scared.
safe if I get dinged.
This is some SSSR music. Hail
But
the
it sounds
socialists!
so happy. It sounds like happy SSR music.
Oh, goody, social credit points.
Oh, this is hilarious.
This is just an expansion pack, by the way. There are already several additions to this.
Oh, wow.
I like the NPCs with the customizable colored
Wait,
hair.
Wait until you look at the rewards.
What is this?
Participation
That's a good
award.
question. Virtue Signal, the game of social justice, is a card game parody of social justice activism. In Virtue Signal, you play as one of several different social justice warriors. The object simply is to attract a coalition of NPC followers to your cause, whatever that is. The first player to 15 is the winner. Virtue Signal simulates the power struggles and one-upmanship that goes between activist groups. The issues themselves are of little consequence. They are merely a useful tool to get leverage over others. Hold on. A useful tool to get leverage. Are you sure that's a parody? That sounds
How
way
dare
too
you.
much like what's going on in real life. Well, I got to. Can we
Oh,
blow
Fang
up these
Fang.
cards?
That's Fang Fang.
Miss Problem Glasses, Antifa Crusader, Captain Fedora,
Oh, jeez.
the Brood Matriarch.
That's great.
For those just listening, she's round, very, very round.
Reminds me sort of the Zerg.
And
Perhaps
that,
lipstick lesbian.
there's Trippy gone wrong.
I don't think he'd like that.
The lipstick lesbian. Okay, she's cool as long as she doesn't talk.
Hey,
The Marxist academic. Trustafarian? What's Trustafarian?
I'm not
Maybe
sure.
trust everything? I don't
Oh,
know.
no, it could be a trust fund kid that doesn't know reality.
Oh,
That's
No.
probably what it is.
The
The
Tweety
Tweety
Kid. Marry Me and Mary Part. AZN Riot Girl. AZN.
I have
Yeah.
no fucking clue.
I keep thinking Arizona, but I don't think that's what it's for.
I think it's literally for Asian.
Oh, gotcha. This is that Mirror Universe Kikomon right there? Or everything's the opposite. If Kikomon's like ripped and buff here, then in the Mirror
No,
Universe, he
see,
would be.
here's the thing. Kikomon isn't a boy, though. He's a man. This is boy.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, I've often
True.
said that he is the only guy that can consume soy by the gallon and still maintain his testosterone. Somebody, yes, there's Fang Fang.
And a journalist. Oh my gosh, that looks almost exactly like her.
Somebody had way too much fun putting this game together.
Somebody got irritated at people.
Well, I asked last Wednesday, I'm like, so I want to talk with these creators and I want to ask, how far do they get pushed? How far do they get pissed off, essentially? They have no F's to give, clearly. I am fascinated.
Yep, and of course, The Little Mermaid, which, by the way, let's take a look.
The best remake ever to happen.
Let's take a look at his percentage right now.
I'm actually kind of excited for
Boom.
the mythicals.
117% in a couple of days. Or was it
AKA
16
funded.
days. Yes, all this will soon be a reality.
I can't wait for me.
Or, yeah, I guess it already is a reality. It'll be an available reality. And there's going to be so much cool stuff on here.
Well,
There already
basically-
is, but
But the big news really is with the Fund My Comic isn't it like that they're going another step, that they're gonna the IronAge distribution? I'm still not fully understanding. I'm like, I thought that's what Fund My Comic was, but they're saying IronAge distribution is something.
it might be similar to when they say distribution. I do not know, but my best guess is it's along the lines of publishing services, where you know how when we go to publish with Ingram Spark or with Amazon, we'll upload our files and we'll apply the cover and all that. They print it and ship it by order. I wonder if that's what they're planning to do. Is like, but they said something about going on the store shelves. Or is that in reference to the comics only?
Well, they said right now, like what Luke said on John's stream, that they're only going to do comics at this time. They're starting with just distributing plain old comics.
32 pagers.
Yeah, and they want to get them out on store shelves. They want to get them out to the public, not just a crowd fund where whoever bought it gets it back. Where this is like, no, this is going to be out there for the public now.
Sweet.
I'm still trying to figure out how the entities, like how the business entities are organized. If Fund My Comic is one whole thing with different entities, or people in Fund My Comics are also making IronAge distribution. It's one of them type things that just share people.
I hope they come with a full-on IronAge distribution. That would be nice.
Yeah, that I heard that and I perked up. I'm like, distribution? Wait, what?
I
Because
want the
that's
physical.
part of the problem is a lot of these independent publishers aren't reliable in terms of, they can earn the money, but then something falls through. I mean, look what happened with Shad's books. They still haven't come out for the re-release because the publisher had a fall through.
To sound like a complete chaotic person, we need the means of production to be out of the hands of the commies.
That's not kind of where I was going, but
I know. I'm just going to the nth degree.
But that's kind of what it
Dragging
feels
down
like.
logic.
They've had such a chokehold for so long. It's
Yeah, and they
we're
brought up a
almost
good
in
point.
the
What
black
happens?
market here?
What happens when Amazon starts doing that to the books too? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they have already.
I think they have already, or at least with
I was joking the other day when I
Short
said I was
numbers.
censored by Amazon. Maji, I do think that was a glitch because that didn't. I looked it up from a few different terminals and that didn't happen anywhere else. Is
Okay.
it still doing that for you?
Yeah, it's still showing. I ordered a naughty book, even though it was your kid book.
What the? Let me go look again. But when I looked it up, it wasn't doing that for me. That is so weird.
But granted, I could have just been marked that way, and they just never bothered to correct it since I just got it in the mail today.
Huh. The Merkmaid even has skateboard decks.
Yeah, that isn't that insane in a good way or what? Yeah, I mean, even on here, it's listed as
It could have just
number
been a glitch.
7,630 in children's science fiction books, 25,709 in children's fantasy and magic books. So it's still saying that
Check
it's
the hardcover.
safe for kids.
Check the hardcover because I ordered the hardcover, not the paperback.
That's what I'm on is hardcover, but let me switch to paperback and.
I didn't say naughty when I was on my paperback when I bought it.
So yeah, it just glitched out on me, I guess.
Yeah,
And this is for
Readout's book, which I'm halfway through and I haven't even found a cuss word.
what book?
Readout, you have a book? Oh my god.
Maybe not
What?
Readout, Wrangler. I'm sorry, Wrangler.
no problem. Well, you know what? Since we're on the subject,
Readout, when's your history novel
I
coming?
actually don't bring this up too often,
Never.
do I?
By the way, it is a nice hardcover. It really is.
You got Herman shitting.
Thanks, I made it
now.
myself.
So Wrangler, you say that you're an author?
Yeah, that's just a rumor going around. This is somebody with the same name as me. That's all.
Oh, just coincidence. Understandable.
Yeah, and all the people he thanked in the back of the book, I just happen to know people with those same names. It's not really me.
We need
I
to
didn't
get you
know
more reviews, though.
I
What's
didn't
that?
know Wrangler
We
translated
need to get you more
Ethan.
reviews. You only have 2, and none of them are written.
Yeah, but they're good ones. I saw that and I'm like, you know what? Not everybody's gonna see it as a 5-star book.
Mhm.
So I should just enjoy the fact that it says 5 stars now while it does, because the more it's gonna have some variance.
Yeah.
I
So
still gotta read
right
it.
now I could sit here and go, I have a 5-star rating on Amazon.
I still got to read it before I can review it.
Yeah. But speaking of reviews, Readout, you brought this website up, I think
Oh,
a
yeah.
couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Which one? Oh, yes, 4 foundations. Foundation
Yes.
4. 4 foundations.
The 4
We're doing
Fs.
the 4
Oh,
Fs.
Bob's.
But I'm gonna do something I don't do all too often. Brag.
Look at all that content.
Yes.
Nice.
That is
Well,
awesome. Yeah,
but
that's King
there-
Bob's site.
Yes, King Bob left this review. He said, I knew I wanted to read this book just from seeing the cover. Two determined children and one with a potato gun strapped to her wrist. What's not to like? I found this to be one of the most enjoyable books I've read in quite some time. I really didn't want to put it down. The characters were interesting and easy to relate to. The plot wasn't overly convoluted, but also not too plain and boring. And it was a lot of fun to read. I know I would have enjoyed this when I was younger, and I plan on buying copies for my nieces and nephews to read. If you like stories of real people and strong kids who could take the weight of the world but still come off as kids just trying to survive, this is your book. If you like stories about people taking on an invading alien army, this is your book. If you like stories about heroes, magic, cat magic, gods and monsters, this is your book. If you just want a story that your kid could get into, this is your book. The only problem I had with this book was that it ended and left me wanting more, especially about a certain character that I won't spoil for you. Luckily, there's another one on the way. Highly recommend this book. I read this and I was just stunned. I can't believe somebody would put that kind of a review on something that I made. You know, I was like, whoa.
Well, I know for a fact that after he read Bad Kitty, he went and actually ordered more copies and sent them to his nieces and nephews.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he told me. I was like, you'd think I'd be sitting here puffing my chest and going, oh, yeah. But no, I was actually more humbled by it. I was just kind of floored, you know? I was just glad he had such good time reading it. I hope I can. I hope I didn't put the bar too high for the second one.
Well, what I read, it seems like you're on a good note.
Yeah, it sounds like a fun read.
Yeah, but I think it is, but I'm biased. However, if you look through, we got Brian Asher, Daniel P. Riley, Michael Gallagher, James Craig, Dr. Becky Smethurst. That name sounds familiar. I'm not familiar with her book or whatever, but that name sounds very familiar. Who do we have here? Andrew Clavin. Hey, Herman P. Hunter. He's in here. Donovan Walker.
Hey, let's
a
read
whole
his.
bunch of Black Knight.
Let's read Herman's review.
Yes.
But warning, Bob can be brutal if he doesn't like it.
He's a king. He can do those things.
Okay, for Herman P. Hunter's book, The Revenant in the Tomb. If you're a fan of fantasy novels, you will probably enjoy this book. It's a brief tale about three mysterious characters, Hal Cedric, Tolfgir, and Herodiani, and their mission to search out a treacherous tomb. I know, obviously, it's not in the title. Our heroes are led by an old guide, Drum, a man who is a Dram or Drum. You guys
I
know?
always read
I'm
it
not
as
sure.
drum, but I could be wrong.
If Herman's able to show up, we can ask him. A man who has a very interesting way of speaking, to say the least. Yeah, that may be a hang up for some people, but I rather enjoyed it. I imagine him speaking with a Gaelic accent. The book started off a little slow for me, but I quickly found myself getting into the story and the characters. By the end of the book, I was certainly longing to know more. Always the mark of a good story, this book has plenty of action and suspense with a healthy dose of intrigue, but not a lot of comedy or romance. Overall, I found it to be a quick and easy read. However, and I can understand how some people may have a problem with the dialect of some of the dialogue. That and the slower start are my only real gripes with the book. So if you're looking for a quick fantasy read, this is a great way to go. Now we just have to wait for the sequel. Yeah, we do. Thankfully, he is doing a sequel. I guess he wasn't originally planning to make a second, right?
I don't know. I know he's been pushing the Sorcerer and the Stone one more right now.
Yeah, well, that's the one that came out. So, and he's doing really well with that. And I think that doing well actually kind of starts lifting this one as too. Any others you want to look through? Hold on. Is Dr. Becky, is that a YouTube channel? Is this a YouTuber?
I don't know.
That sounds like it might be.
Hold on, I gotta mute my phone.
Oh, that's
People
you?
won't stop messaging me.
You sound important tonight.
which is weird. I'm not. Nobody wants to talk to me until I'm on air with you guys.
Well, obviously you're important. You're on air with us.
I'd rather be on air with you guys.
Dr. Becky. All
Fuck,
sorts of
is he
space
watching?
stuff. I'm going to guess the two might be the same one. I do not know.
I'm
You know what?
Ivory Soap. It is.
Let's see. Channel. Let's go over to the about stuff. I don't see the about. There it is. Because if it's her book, it might be listed in here.
It is. It's the same. It's the same.
Okay, I knew it sounded familiar. Now I just got to figure out where that other tab was.
Yeah, it's in the description. I
There
have
we
also
go.
ran a few books. My latest, A Brief History of Black Holes, is available in hardback, ebook, and audio, which she narrated.
I sit here. I've thought about that a few times. Like, what if I sat down and just read my whole book and recorded it? And then I thought, I don't think I can talk that many words. Some people
Oh,
can
Ranger,
talk
you
and
got a
talk. I'm
fan
not
in
good
chat.
at it. What's that?
You got a fan in chat.
Hang on, I gotta get back to the actual page here.
Oh yeah. Hi, Christy.
Oop, that's. Oh, Christy's here.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yep.
See who we have in here. We got Jose Asperner, Redoubt the Double Dipper, Maji Channer Double Dipper, Raven Nevermore Double Dipper, Jose Hernandez. Well, I think he by default is a Double Dipper. He's everywhere. Ultimate Kahuna, Yo Wrangler, your book is in the random selection process to replace a book. I'm finishing. We will see if yours is next. Well, if it is, I hope you have a good time with it, man.
That was more of a threat, to be honest.
You know, with him, that could be both at the same time. I don't know.
He says, shield my channel and I might read your book next.
Oh, well, I was going to shill his channel anyway. So, hello, Christy. Good to see you here tonight. And see it. All right. So, Billy, what inspired Lady Gremlin?
I just decided to put on some makeup. That's what it turned out.
Ah,
Gremlins 3, Pride Month?
I'd
Hey,
watch
if this is Pride Month, then what's coming up next? Fall month? Because Pride goes before the fall, I believe.
isn't there like 2 Pride months? I swear it feels like there is because they do it in June. Then I swear it's like September, October, and I'm like, wait a minute.
I
didn't
think
we
one of
do
them
this in
is a
June?
trans month.
Oh, now there's a trans month?
Let me double check, but I think something like that.
That's fucking
Oh,
retarded.
good.
You know-
Maybe that'll be the month I could get a discount because my transmission keeps slipping and I need a new one.
I think my car is near that point.
I think a bunch of my neighbors put out American flags to show they're proud of the American flag.
Yeah, but let me see if I could find it again.
That's a different way to celebrate Pride Month, I guess.
I mean, you can really fuck them up and take over this month by calling it Veteran Month.
Ooh.
Cool.
I mean, that's what they should do. Hmm?
I
Yeah,
have
that's
no
what
idea what
Raven-
I was scrolling through and
He's talking about the Mexican chick that was on the board game. Or
Yeah,
Asian. whatever she was.
I'm eventually gonna have to like set up a platform here and get a real mouse because the touchpad's getting really worn and it's starting to do weird funky stuff.
Ultimate Coolness says sexual awakening.
What are you talking about?
What? Who?
Kahuna. What's he referring
What's
to?
been coming to the chat?
I guess I'm turning them on, you know?
Oh God.
Is it the
You hate
you're gonna
us.
switch
You
back
hate
and
me.
forth between Lady Spike and Lady Quark?
What?
Now you're confusing me.
His other
I
avatar
think his
usually has
character
Quark.
technically has a name, by the way, in the credits.
I don't know what it is.
I don't either.
I thought you were about to tell me. I was like, cool. All I know is Gizmo and Stripe. I didn't know any of the other names.
At the second one, I don't think any of them have names at all. None of them.
Except Gizmo.
Well, of course, Gizmo.
But that might not be a bad thing, Christy.
Gizmo watches Rambo and learns how to be an archer. That's what happens in the second one.
Just think of him as Henry Cavill. You'll be better off.
All right, so I got some fun things to talk about if you want to talk about them.
Let's hear it.
So we all know the wonderful movie schedule for the summer, right?
Oppenheimer
somewhat.
and
Milo
Oppenheimer.
Blackmaid.
All right, so we're gonna ignore Bill
Transformers, the defunct edition.
Yeah, I believe that. Okay, so this should tell you how screwed up things are in Hollywood right here, okay? So, June 2nd, you have Spider-Man coming into theaters. June 9th, you have...
Oh, isn't that... Okay, yes, it is out. Okay.
Yeah, June 2nd, the new Spider-Man came out. Last weekend was the Little Mermaid remake. Then June 9th...
But that is the remake.
Yeah, it is the remake.
It's right here.
Yeah,
No.
Maji, stop getting shit
That's the
confused.
good one. We're talking about the Disney Curse.
There is
Okay.
only one remake. It's that one.
Well, for those who want the good one, there's a link in the chat.
I like how they're cleverly covering up her ass with bullets.
Frequency,
yeah.
be a deer and show cover C.
What's cover C?
Oh, she hadn't seen it yet. Look, scroll down.
See, we're just wiping out that memory of the curse that Disney's given us. We're just wiping that spot out. It's perfect.
Oh, there's cover A. There's cover C.
Oh, I thought that was cover B.
No, cover B's above it.
Read the caption for C.
Oh,
Read the
okay.
caption for C.
I kind of do like cover B, though. I like the look on her face.
So cover C, I really like because it's you can flip it around and it's got two covers actually, the red one and that one.
Oh, wow. Didn't even notice the back cover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you were too busy looking at the lungs. I'm kidding.
I don't know about her lungs. I was too busy looking at her boobs.
Maji, we were all admiring her scales, okay?
I actually like her face though on cover C. Look at her face.
I'm sorry, I was admiring Patrick. What'd you say?
Something about her face.
Well, no, but her face is I like the art style on the face. It's like almost a Western
Anime-like.
fused with anime.
Dude.
Yeah.
All of these covers are fucking amazing. Too bad I can't buy them all, but I'm probably gonna buy the first one and the third one.
Ooh, I like that cover the best though. I like the black and white.
Well, I wasn't sure, so I just ordered. I did the order package that has all four and the digital, because I know some of them I'm gonna hand out at least a couple, or I might just be greedy and put them all on the wall and say, "Ha, they're mine."
You just throw all the other books away.
I don't know
and
how
just
I'm gonna
them.
put that in my collection over here. I don't.
Why? It ain't gonna stand out that much.
I think it will, considering fact his collection's like what, history?
Yeah.
Remember, only people are gonna see the binding.
That's true.
It'll probably go straight in the comic book bin along with Isom.
Right, for Isom, too.
I gotta finish reading the Private American. I'm about halfway through it, but
What do you think so far?
it's been a while since we've seen some straight up Punisher style comic moves like that. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Everything now is gone. I have no problem with everything going magical and mystical to a point, but there's some characters that they're designed for street level, and they need to just they keep trying to make it way too fantastical too often for some of these characters.
Now, not to derail anybody else, but to re-rail Maji, let's proceed through the wonderful summer blockbusters we're getting.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
this stack up just screams we are designing to fail. Okay. I mean, okay,
Oh,
so
that's right. There's like two frequencies of equal opposing just cancel each other out. We're gonna see a whole
every
lot of
other
that.
week. So listen to this. So last week was the Little Mermaid, right? They only had 1 week in the theaters before Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which is the same target demographic, and we know that one is going to be a lot better than the curse of the Disney remakes. And then, okay, so from there, you got June 9th, you have the Transformers Raise the Beast, which I'm not excited
Wait,
to
hold
see.
on. There's a Transformers movie coming out.
Yes.
I have not seen a single trailer or heard a single thing.
It
Read
looks
out.
We're on YouTube.
Read
mostly.
out. They stated it off by doing the diversity inclusion shit
They
immediately
killed it
with the
immediately.
Transformers movie. Because we go to there to see the humans, not the fucking big giant robots.
Of
Yeah,
course.
Now I'm curious because I want to see what Unicron
Oh, Wrangler.
looks like in this version. We catch a glimpse in the trailer, and it looks like they are sticking true to the G1 design with it. But I want to see what he looks like in robot mode.
Well, here's the thing, though. I mean, if you were a Beast Wars fan, you would know that the Beast Wars are descendants of the Autobots, and that they became smaller as the need for energon became great. So the forms grew smaller and smaller till ultimately they were the size of what were G1 Minicons.
Yeah, because of the great upgrade, I believe they called it.
Exactly. Well, the Transformer movie, according to the commercial, they're all the same size and they're in the same time period. So they basically
I
took
didn't
the
even
Beast
think
War
about
lore and
that.
threw it out the window.
Maji,
Yeah,
hasn't this been in every Transformers movie that you've gotten? Has done that?
I just pulled up the trailer. To have a quick question.
Yeah.
I saw one
You
frame.
watched it?
No, well, I started to, and then I stopped at 20 seconds. Why did they superimpose the World Trade Center? Why is it they send us?
It's
And then-
in the 80s, or the 90s, I believe.
Oh, okay. I was very perplexed.
Okay.
Yeah, all the Michael Bay ones, I don't think this is, even though they're sticking with his style, I don't think it's in continuity. I think Bumblebee was considered a reboot point. But I'm not certain. I haven't seen Bumblebee. I saw the opening to it, and they for the first time they actually respected the original designs and made the characters look like the characters. It's like about damn time. But then they went straight back to Bumblebee having like no mouth, and they turned him into Herbie again. I'm like, damn it.
Hold up. Christian, are you asking? Okay, do we own the franchise? Because I'm not fixing it for these shitty corporations.
Yeah, you were. We were checking out your website and your reviews. They were awesome, King Bob.
And it now looks like I have a movie date I didn't know about, but I do now.
Oh, it gets better. This gets a lot more fun. The more that this goes, I think the more Bob's reviews are going to come in handy for you, Wrangler.
Oh yeah.
I think you're about to become very popular with kids stuff because
Now,
it gets
Christian,
worse.
I'd have to have full
Well,
ownership.
Christian
not
has an
partial.
awesome question. Oh.
I'd have to have full ownership, no partial bullshit.
I'm sorry. As much as I used to love Transformers, the fact they started teaching pronouns and telling people that don't use pronouns
that
they're not
infuriated
trusted,
me.
I can't anymore.
Yeah, they were playing. I think it was. I listened to Yellow Flash or somebody who was playing a clip of that, and I was like, "Oh, come on!"
No, that's okay. The pronoun thing it irks me, but the one that the final line for me was when they literally stated in the show by one of the characters saying, I don't know who to trust, so I dislike people that don't use pronouns. That's, well, her rephrasing. I don't have her
Oh,
exact words in
brother.
front. But basically they told kids don't trust anybody that doesn't use pronouns. That was the final line for me.
That's it. From now on, I just call everybody it.
Well, what's even more funny is the fact that they have a transformer that says he's non-binary. Well, in all honesty, if you know computer code,
It's
I do.
they're
binary.
binary.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Elon Musk
that's
pointed
true.
that out. I love the fact that Elon Musk pointed that out, and that was just brilliant.
Yeah, he did. He pointed it out, and I laughed because I'm like, yeah, they are 100% binary because they use computer code.
Hey, but you know what? At least in the upcoming movie, RC looks like RC again.
Well, that's because, okay, so
The triplet version a few years ago, that was like junk.
that's because, all right, so that, all right, my nerd's coming out. Rolling up the sleeves. nerd coming
Sweet.
out. So the three original Bayformer movies, Michael Bay directed them. The Bumblebee movie was done by an independent director, and then Michael Bay went back and did the other two crappy Bay movies. But the one who's doing Age of the Beast is the same guy who did the Bumblebee movie and following the format. The guy who did the Bumblebee movie was actually a fan of the Transformers series.
Yeah.
So the Bumblebee movie, even though it was produced by Michael Bay, is actually different than the Bay franchise, even though they reference it a little, because it was done by a fan who was trying to correct all the trash done with the five movies.
Yeah. I guess somebody who reviewed it said this is a G1 fan's wet dream. I don't believe that. I will
Why? Beast
take a
Wars
look.
wasn't in G1.
What's that?
Beast Wars wasn't in G1. They were G3.
I always thought Beast Wars was a continuation of G1 because it's in continuity.
Okay, so here's the
I
thing.
thought G2 was... Well, G2 was just they took G1 and like it was just reruns. G3 was that when they started with Hot Shot and all them?
No. Okay, so damn it. I'm such a nerd. All right. After the release of the original 1980s movie, the show went downhill from there because they killed off everyone's favorite characters during the movie. Spoiler, everyone dies. But what happened was the fan outcry during season 3 of G1 Transformers was so epic that they actually brought Optimus Prime back to please the fans.
It forced the writers to go hunt down a Quintesson and say, fix him.
Exactly. Well, by the time they did that, though, it was already too late. The franchise died. So what happened was Japan picked it up there because it was originally a show in the US done weekly by Hasbro. Well, Hasbro took it overseas to Japan and they made technically four different mini-series that combined into one collection there. That is considered Gen 2. Is that
okay. The
Japanese
continuation from Japan when the US side dropped it? Because then they went into Headmasters and all that. They
exactly.
retconned Rebirth out of existence, I believe.
That's exactly what happened. Gen 2 was all on the Japanese side. And then one of them leaked over just before Beast Wars and was playing at like 6 o'clock in the morning on one of the networks. It was a mini one that you were talking about, the retcon one. And then Beast Wars technically is right there, Gen 2.5 to Gen 3. It set the tone for the newer stuff. It was released in the US, acknowledging the Gen 1 because a lot of Gen 1 references was in the later sides of Beast Wars. On top of, they introduced the Spark Complex and added more to the Matrix in terms of its usefulness. So the whole Autobot, or the whole sparks of the Transformers, which is basically equivalent to their soul, wasn't even introduced until the Beast Wars era. Then Beast Wars evolved into Beast Machines, which was terrible. And everybody forgets that one exists, and started the Gen 3, which is the Cybertron trilogy, Armada, Energon, and Cybertron.
And that's the beginning of the whole new continuity, right?
Exactly, yes.
But technically, that's supposed to be not a variant of Unicron, but I think when Unicron's destroyed in one reality, he emerges in another. So he's just like same Unicron reincarnates one reality at a time.
The three triples, the Generation 3 where they redid Unicron, they also introduced Primus, which is basically Cybertron. Sole purpose is on Primus's body.
Yes, I believe Primus is considered order and Unicron is considered chaos.
Yeah.
And the origins on the two of them have been very convoluted and retconned so many times. It's just like you got a basic idea that kind of is vaguely reapplied again and again in each new continuity.
And then in between Beast Wars and Beast Machines, there is called Beast Wars Neo, but that's like a 2.5 to 3.0 Japanese side that sometimes you see episodes leaked over into the US.
Yeah. Now from there, I think, was it Car Robots and nobody liked it?
Oh, you're talking the GoBots.
No, not GoBots. I think there was a Transformers. There was like Transformers Car Robots or something. I don't know. There's like.
Oh, are you talking the 2000 Red series, Robots in Disguise?
Oh, maybe.
That's what started the popularity. That's what started the popularity back after Beast Wars. It was kind of its own little mini segment between Beast Machines and the triple Cybertron series.
Yeah. Then there was maybe we're talking about the same one. It was about 7 to 10 years ago. I think they did 2 seasons. It was, and they kind of opened it up with G1 footage, and they referenced it as like an alternate past.
You're talking the animated series. That was Hasbro trying to recover the Transformers series after the Bayformer movies.
Yeah, and it was almost like Teen Titan type stylization to it.
So then after that, it went straight from animated to the Prime series, Transformers Prime, which was based off the Bayformers.
Yeah, and believe I actually like that a lot better than the Bayformers themselves. It was a nice balance between kind of having a smoother of a design, but still having that new Michael Bay aesthetic. But I mean, it was written by Roberta Orci, and Roberta Orci and Alex Kurtzman wrote together for the Transformers movies.
And then you have Transformers Bumblebee, and then Transformers, I forget, but they're designed for little kids. They're the Imaginext figures, both of which are for lower level kids. And then now the new one is Earthspark. Earthspark is the confrontational woke takeover.
Yeah, and when I saw those clips, I'm like, that does not belong in a kid's show. I don't care how much they sanitize the language, just the subject matter itself is as inappropriate as it gets. But then again, it's Hasbro. Look what they've been doing with Wizards of the Coast and all that stuff. Should we be surprised? No. Why am I still surprised? I don't know, but I am. I thought maybe the fact that they're big old robots would prevent this issue from even getting inserted in here, but no.
There is... Okay. Oh, man, I'm such a nerd. You guys are not helping me with my cause here.
Well, I'm a Transformers nerd to a point, too. I mean, you know the lore better than I do. I
believe in you.
I know mostly G1. After that, it's all kind of... I kind of absorbed it passively from there.
Well, okay, so Jose Hernandez asked a question here. The actual answer to this one isn't the IDW comics. However, the one nice character that I really enjoyed out of the IDW comics was a mini series based off of Drift's origin. Drift was a really badass Decepticon, killed a bunch of people, stuff like that. He gets injured and then he rediscovers what life is and what's important. It's a mini series about 5 comics long.
Yeah.
It's actually really good. But the best, honestly, retcon between the generations wasn't even a comic or a show. It is an actual book. It is called, you could pull it up on Amazon, but I have it here. It's called Transformers Exodus by Alex Irvine.
It's a novel.
It's a novel, an official novel. It completely goes back and reestablishes, because unfortunately, the later IDW Transformer comics kind of made it seem like Optimus and Megatron were old lovers or something like that.
Oh, jeez.
But in Alex's Irvine, it establishes Megatron's origin in terms of who he was, where he came from, how he came into power. It also establishes Cybertron's class system prior to the Great War. It's a really good read if you're into that kind of stuff. There's 2
Sometimes,
of them.
I mean, I could sit here and nerd out talking about Orion Pax.
Yeah, actually, you get to meet him before he becomes Optimus Orion Pax. Like, they go into depth in the pre-war in that book.
Alpha Trion a part of that book too?
He is. He also
Sweet.
has his own book. So what they did, because Alpha Trion was considered one of the 12 original primes, they went out and released Alpha Trion's journal in a collector's pack. I'm trying to remember what it's called. I have it. It's in a box.
I remember, like, when I was early 20s, I wrote a fanfic for Transformers because I knew they were alive. They were living beings, but I had trouble wrapping my head around the idea that something not biological could still be alive. So I kind of wrote a whole new origin for them that was similar to the GoBots, because I believe the GoBots origins, they started off as biological beings, and everything got replaced with cybernetics when their planet went bad, and they had to do it to survive.
I'll send you a link for the Transformers book.
Actually, I was 19 when I wrote that, I think. And Alpha Trion got his name because he was the third attempt that Quintessons made at putting a person in a completely mechanical body, but he was the first one that actually succeeded. So they called him Alpha Trion.
I don't remember anything about the GoBots other than there was like a space shuttle, like the NASA space shuttles, and I think there was like a Jeep or something. Like, I just remember a couple of the vehicles.
The Jeep was actually in Transformers. That was Prawl. In GoBots, Leader 1 was the leader of the good guys.
Okay,
he was a jet.
I don't want to buy this.
Psych Hill was the leader of the bad guys. He turned into a motorcycle because motorcycle versus jet sounds fair.
Okay, I think I had a jet and maybe a helicopter. No, not a helicopter.
There was a Scooter, and his name was, Scooter. Then a sports car named Turbo. I can't remember any of the other.
Then you had a dump truck named Dan.
Maybe.
I just remember it was a great way to sell toys.
Yeah, you know what? I cared more about the stories than the toys. I had the toys, don't get me wrong, loved the toys, but I was glued to that screen when Transformers or GoBots was on, but Transformers was a much bigger fan of that. How long have we been sitting here yapping about Transformers?
I told you, you got my nerd going.
And likewise, and we got 3 other people on screen, a bunch of people down in chat, and they're probably like, we don't care about Transformers. You guys talk about novels usually.
Yeah, read out an icon. We're in trouble. Sorry, read out.
I'm here.
Oh, wait, King Bob's in the chat, so we got one more Transformers nerd down there at least. Because I know he's said good things about the soundtrack, so.
Soundwave was the man.
Yeah, and what's weird is what was it? The second Michael Bay movie, they had Soundwave in there. They had Frank Welker do the
Oh, they didn't
voice,
do that right.
but they didn't do the what is it? The synthesizing that they do or something.
Wait,
They
I
run
thought he was in the first movie as well.
Soundwave was not in the first movie.
Fuck, who was the little the fighter jet one?
That's Starscream.
Starscream, okay.
Yeah.
Who
However,
was Soundwave?
what
Damn, I
Rumble
broke you with that.
was it Rumble or Frenzy that was in the first one? He's supposed to be one of Soundwave's top guys.
Who the fuck is who? Which one's Soundwave?
He's the one that turned into the cassette player.
The what?
He was the blue one turned into the cassette player, but he'd talk like this. It's actually Frank Welker doing his Dr. Claw voice, where he talks like this. But then they run it through a synthesizer and it comes out sounding like a synthesized voice. And it was really neat effect, but it ripped up his throat something fierce.
Wait. Are you
But
saying
in the movies, he
Wait.
was a satellite. I'm sorry. In G1, he was a tape deck. In the movies, he was a satellite. In the
okay? You're
second
talking
one.
about the one in space that
Yes,
I think
where we
randomly
said-
dies or something. or
Frequency
doesn't
is the
die?
cat.
I'm
Huh?
trying to remember. I don't remember which one was.
Yeah, it's fair enough. I mean,
Who was the Ford truck? The Ram, or was Ford or Ram, whatever truck it was, big diesel one. What was the name of the cop Decepticon?
I just remember.
Oh, that
He was
was,
made up
uh,
for the movie.
yeah, he was a new character, but what was he called? The thing on the side said to
Prowler?
enslave and punish. No, Prowler is actually Prowl is actually an
Prowl is the
Autobot
G1.
who was a cap. No, that was Hound. Hound was the Jeep. Prowl was the cop for the Autobots. I cannot remember the name of the Decepticon who was in the Mustang Cruiser body.
Oh, maybe he didn't have a name.
He did. He did.
Kind of just dies halfway through the movie.
Barricade. It was Barricade.
Yeah, he
Do I
just
love
dies.
BattleTech books?
BattleTech novels or BattleTech the game?
No, he's
game
meaning
books?
books, like the novelization books.
I think I might have read
Unless he's naming
one
the game.
way back in like the 90s or something.
Royce had a BattleTech writer on IronAge Nights.
Yeah, I watched that.
Yes,
episode,
that's
and
he
that
got
was awesome.
canceled, and they fired his ass. Razorfist had him right on after he got fired. 'Cause Razorfist is a big BattleTech dude.
I have never read or played BattleTech. I watched an anime like that. I think it was called Robotech when I was growing up.
Kind of similar, sort of ish.
Robotech. Let's see. Isn't Robotech the Americanized? No, let's see.
Maybe. I just remember I saw an anime called Robotech when I was a little kid.
Yeah, Robotech was pretty good. I don't remember much about it though, other than the transforming space fighters or something. Oh, Robotech is Macross. Okay, Macross is Robotech.
Wait, read out. What was that? Help, I'm a historical weep surrounded by nerds. Oh my gosh.
Oh, you're a
Like-
nerd too, just for different subject matter.
Well, you mentioned about Robotech, and King Bob's right. Basically, Robotech was like a botched Americanized version of Macross. Like they took these different parts of Macross and like stitched them together out of sync, and then released them as a movie because they're like, Americans won't understand this well constructed plot of Macross. Let's just screw it all up. It's not the first nor the last time they did it.
Yeah, the other one I remember wasn't Voltron one where they took two different animes and like mashed them together or something.
Voltron is where they took Power Rangers and combined them with Transformers and Gundam.
Well, Voltron was around before Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they had a second Voltron series, and eventually they crossed the two over. They dropped little hints of connective tissue, not in the original one with the Lions, but the one with all the different cars that formed together. It was a much bigger team.
I remember the Lions one the most.
Yeah.
But I do remember some. Like I remember there
Are
was
we
one
talking
with
about
vehicles,
Power
but I
Rangers
don't remember
now?
that much.
No,
No,
we're talking about
Voltron.
Voltron. Yeah, that was a second Voltron bot, and those were originally two separate things altogether. But I think in the American version, they dropped the little hints, like one of the people on the automobile version of Voltron, where there's a bunch of cars that form into Voltron, mentioned his cousin Pidge, who worked in the other Lion Voltron twice.
Oh, okay.
But I don't think that was in the original version of that. That was something I think added in for the American audiences, and then they made a crossover where it was the two Voltrons working together in the final battle between Keith and Prince Lotor.
Yeah,
And I think that was a US made version, but they made it look like the anime,
I
and they
think
kept
after
this consistent.
the normal episodes, then they just sort of like randomly rotated between both of them. It was like the Voltron time slot or whatever, and it just whatever.
And then when I saw Power Rangers come out, I actually never really got into. I was just going into adulthood.
Yeah, too
Power
old for it.
Rangers are out. I'm like, at first I watched. I'm like, oh, this reminds me of Voltron. I got to check it out. And then after 5 minutes, I'm like, a little too corny for me.
Yeah,
A little
5 years
too
ago, I
corny,
would have
it's
loved this. It's a
way
little,
too corny.
Hey,
I
readout.
tried rewatching it.
but it was still a cultural phenomenon. You cannot deny that, corny or not. Look, Adam West Batman was corny, and that was a cultural phenomenon, and we all love it, no matter how corny and campy it was.
Biff Bam Pow.
Readout.
Bam pow. Hola.
What's your opinion on General Ambrose Burnside?
Well,
There, I got him comfortable again.
Yeah. He's like, finally, something I can nerd out to.
between Manji and Jose, you're getting me comfortable for two very different reasons.
So
What's
please
the readout?
describe us the political makeup of Soviet Union, after
That's
World
not
War II.
that's not my field. Go ask Kikoman.
Burnside
Fuck
is
you,
not
readout.
Soviet Union.
Kahuna, are you talking about? Yes. What do you think about live action dubs for a movie? I grew up with them, so it's not ever as weird. But now, as an adult, it's pretty funny and cringe. Are you talking about when they dub in the English
They
over
dub
top?
over, they
Yeah.
dub over the whatever language.
So they all look like Kai and Tai in WWE.
Yeah.
No, well, they all speak English instead of
Yeah, but
Japanese.
are we talking like with Power Rangers where they're taking one live action thing and making it into something completely different? Or are we just talking about a simple dubbing, just a translation dub?
I think he's talking about a translation dub.
I always go with the OG if it's live action. Animation's different, but if it's live action, I'm always watching the original with the subtitles.
Well, okay, so like Power Rangers, if you watch all of Rita's scenes, she was not in English.
We
Holy
know.
crap, King Bob, you remember that? That was so
Hercules
strange
in
to
New York?
see.
The
Because
start of Schwarzenegger.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I didn't know
dubbed
about
over
this.
Arnold.
I didn't know about this till years after I was like almost to adulthood. I was a Schwarzenegger fan. I'm like, yeah, Terminator, I'll be back. And then I see this Hercules in New York. Oh, I got to check this out. And it's not Ernie's voice. It was his first movie. He couldn't even speak English. So they had him mouth words and dubbed in somebody else's voice.
Oh gosh.
It was so weird.
Hold up, but they dubbed him as like a generic white dude. as
no,
well.
no. Get rid of the Boku no Pico. That's wrong.
I don't even think they couldn't speak English. I think it's because his Austrian accent was so strong that they dubbed it over. I think that's what happened.
Oh, that could be that. Yeah, I thought he was just learning to speak English while he was filming that. He was in the process, but maybe you're right. Maybe he already knew, and he just couldn't overcome his accent enough at that time.
Bruce Lee
Did
and
he
horror
really?
films that people brought over here. The ones that I like are the Jackie Chan movies because in some cases, I can't tell if they originally did them in English or something, because I don't know. Part of it is because he does speak, or the crew he has speaks a number of different languages. So it's like, did they do one set that was all in one thing, and then they did a really good job of dubbing it or something? I don't know. Because I think it's all in their voices, at least.
Ultimate Kahuna says even old anime dubs are funny and cringe, both for the translation issues and the not so subtle changes.
Oh yeah, a friend of mine suggested I watch one particular one. I don't even remember what it was, but it was hilariously bad, and it was it was very serious. Like, and they were taking everything very seriously, but whatever translation program they used to translate it from Japanese to English was just weird, or they it was completely lost in lost in translation, and just nonstop laughing the entire time.
Oh, you want to talk about Lost in Translation between Japan and US? Castlevania 2. That's one of those you gotta solve puzzles, but the translations and the hints were way wrong. So at some point, you had to go to the far right
boy.
of the entire map, kneel down near a cliff, and wait for a few, and then it makes trigger something to happen. But the hints they give in the game, the translation was so bad, there was no way to figure it out because none of it made sense. You had to go look up what to do. You could not beat the game without cheating.
Brother.
I
King
got one
Bob,
for you.
both of the Drunken Masters I love. I have to watch them in
Both.
the native language with subtitles.
Oh,
Dubs
no.
are not good.
But both. What do you mean by both? Is there a second one?
There's two, aren't there?
I thought there was only one.
Yeah, I'm only
Was there
familiar
only
with
one?
one. But then again, I also remember there was a Super Cop and a Super Cop 2. But I went and
Let me
looked
look it
stuff
up.
up on IMDb recently, and it's only showing Super Cop. It's not showing the second one. Although maybe it's under a different title on IMDb or something.
Ultimate Kahuna asks, y'all ever watch Ghost Stories? Best dub of all time? I have not seen it, so I do not know.
Have you accepted Jesus as your personal savior?
I have. Have you?
That's
Yeah,
a line
there was
from the
two
show.
Drunken Masters.
Oh,
That's very fast too.
Hey, just let you know there is two of them. That's why I was remembering there being two.
So I got one for you. The original Fate Stay Night series, the dub was so bad that it's actually ranked in one of the top 10 most funny ones to just read the English on.
I have heard this. I have heard about this.
My favorite line out of all of it is people die when they're dead.
Jose Hernandez asked, "Can you imagine a Razor Fist cyberpunk novel? That would probably be pretty kick-ass."
Yeah, probably would. I think the only anime that I cannot watch the original non-dubbed version of is Cowboy Bebop, because the person that plays Spike plays him as a funny guy, and it's just like complete contrast from the way it was done in English. I think the English is just much better version, but then also that's also the one that I saw the mushroom episode like 3 times before I saw any of the rest of them, and I was like, I got to see more of this because this is just awesome.
I'm sorry to say I am way out of the loop on much of this anime. I got into it for a while in my teens and early 20s, but then life kind of happened and I got away from TV for the most part altogether. But I remember watching things like Fist of the North Star. I watched that after I read the graphic novel or novels. There was like a whole collection of those, and somebody at school had them, so I kind of tore through those. Here's something that I don't think it was. It might be classified as an anime. I watched it growing up as a kid, but I think it was actually made in France, not Japan. It's called Belle and Sebastian. Anybody remember that one?
I'm not familiar with that one.
Have a good night, Christy. Thanks for stopping in. It was good to see you.
France made a lot of animated shows there in the 90s and 2000s, and they still totally do it that are anime-esque.
Let me look that
Actually,
up and see.
France has got a lot of great independent films. It's sad that they don't come over to the US. You almost have to have a VPN or something to watch most of them.
Well, France is sometimes strange.
Netflix picks up a bunch of them fucking French movies as well.
And that's how you
King
got
Bob.
cheated.
Sorry, Rito.
You know?
No, you're What? I heard Berg.
I don't know if this works.
It works.
You're working.
Hey,
You know I did something right.
It's always a first.
yeah.
We were showing off your website earlier, Bob.
Yeah.
I know I'll have to go back and watch and see what you guys thought.
Well, you're the king. It's a king site.
We read a couple of the reviews.
I'm
Pretty
only the
good.
king of the potato people.
This looks like some
That's not true. You're
European
king of the
stuff.
tavern.
Oh, frick. I have seen that.
The Big Dog?
I didn't
Seems
remember the name.
Bell
Bell
and
and Sebastian, a Scottish indie pop band. Oh, that's the wrong thing.
Apparently, there's a whole bunch of different versions and iterations of it, but
No,
primarily
it's
this-
Japanese.
this is what because I mentioned this like a few years ago to somebody. He said, no, that wasn't from Japan. That was from France. I'm like, really? He said, yeah, they like to copy Japan. I don't know if what he was telling me was true or not. It's just kind of stuck.
No, so what I'm reading on the always trustworthy Wikipedia, it's streamed on Jesus. It aired on NHK from 1981 to 1982. That's a Japanese network, one of the big ones. Series was aired in many countries beyond Japan, including an English language script written by Eileen Opitut, and the series was dubbed into English by Synchro Quebec in Montreal.
Did you say Quebec?
I said
Yeah.
Quebec.
That's not English.
Those dang Canadians.
Can't
Blame
speak French,
Canada.
can't speak English.
Is it just me or does this kid look like a young Sam Winchester?
Echo looks like a murderer.
Again, looks like a young Sam Winchester.
Look, the province of Quebec is still bitter over the 7 Years' War. Okay, they're very salty.
No, but it's still, though, even if it's Japanese, France has got some serious competition. If they'd ever just hop over this ocean, they could be a real force here. In terms of their comics and the way
Yeah,
their stories are.
I mentioned Lyoko Hernandez.
No, see, even Kahuna says so.
And he knows what he's talking about when it comes to comics. He's got a little experience there.
I hope so. If not, we're in trouble.
Oh, we were in trouble before we even started. What are you talking about?
Yeah, unlike U.S. storytelling, man. Right now, it's in the dog hole.
So speaking of U.S. storytelling, because I want to get to the end of this. After we get out of Transformers, what's the next big summer blockbuster?
So
Give me a big one.
Bring it back to the on point
Yeah.
there, readout.
He wants to know just how crowded this summer is. I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is so crowded.
I
Take
gotta
it away,
make time on
Bozzy,
my
on this.
schedule.
You got all the. It sounds like you got all the info lined up. Take it away.
All right, so yeah, hold on. There was a purpose for all this, but it's great because it's leading into a bunch of other chaotic mess. All right, so we have Transformers coming out next week after Into the Spider-Verse. So that may or may not take away from the Spider-Verse sales, right?
I don't think.
Then the week immediately after Transformers is that Disney's new Elemental.
What?
That movie is predicted to be bad. The critics are liking it.
Well, of course.
Yeah. Well, what's set to like kick Elemental's ass the very next week? And who is it
Indiana
released
Jones.
by?
No, Flash. It's Flash.
Oh, so it's
Oh,
like 2 weeks
boy.
after then, or something
Yeah,
like that.
there's the Flash and Michael Keaton movie, which everybody's
Yeah.
pretty much. If that movie has traction, it's because of Michael Keaton.
That's
What do
it.
you mean if? That is that's the reason. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
Everyone
In
knows
all
it.
honesty, as much as I would love to see Michael Keaton,
It's not enough to bring me to that movie.
no, I might wait till it comes out to buy. But
Yeah. See, I don't say I'm swearing off a movie because somebody who acted in the movie is a douchebag in real life. I do
normally I
separate the two.
don't. But
I'd be
I don't
with
wanna
you, but it's
support
Ezra Miller.
Yeah, but I look at
He's
it
on
this
another
way.
echelon.
If I redo my whole bathroom, I hire a contractor. He subs out the plumbing, the electrical, the sheetrock, and then a year later, I find out, hey, that guy in the news, the serial killer, just got arrested. He was the sheetrocker. Am I going to go rip out my bathroom? No.
No.
Yes, because there's probably a body hidden in it.
yeah.
It
Well, if there's a body hidden in there,
might smell.
then I might want to see if it's got anything in the wallet. But I have priorities.
To each their own, but Ezra Miller is a very tough sell in 2023.
Yeah.
Understood. And the guy is tapped. I'm not defending anything he did, but I always do tend to I compartmentalize a lot more than
And
some
I have,
folks, I guess.
and as
but-
somebody who's really not into the DC universe, I only know the basics. I've only watched a few movies. I will ask this: okay, you made the Flash, just supposed to redefine your universe, set you up for the new DC EU. What are you going to do with Ezra Miller's Flash?
I
You
stand
can't
corrected.
keep going with him.
Elemental and Flash come out the same day,
No.
No.
the
Yay.
16th.
That's a
So
tragic end for Pixar.
I like the
So
TV
Flash
version of the
accidentally
Flash.
goes across the sun and he comes out black.
So that's June 16th.
Presented by Netflix.
How many characters
there's-
does Ezra play in that movie? Like,
Hey, he
at least
he
two.
will show up as beautiful as Lizzo. But remember, Jennifer Lawrence was the first to be as beautiful as
God,
Lizzo.
I fucking knew you were going to do that joke.
I am not
fucking
taking
knew
the
it.
worm on this comment at all.
I was fixing to make that joke, Wrangler. She's in a. they
Oh,
got a
great
movie
minds run in the
coming
same
out now.
order.
I haven't read that one, Guna.
But
Where
on
do you get access to French comics, Guna? I usually have to freaking dig for them on the internet. And pray I get
same
lucky.
when they got Cuban cigars into the States during the embargo.
Anyway, back to non-illegal. Anyway, so we have 2 weeks of nothingness, right? And then
2 weeks of nothing.
June
No.
30th. So
We got
exactly 2
Indiana
weeks
Jones
after
negative
Flash
2,
and
don't we?
Elemental comes Indiana Jones, The Dial of Destiny, as well as the Teenage Kraken movie.
I'm as
But this
interested
is
in
we're
watching
getting
that.
into where Disney starts to cannibalize itself on the box office, I think.
Hold up, I got
Okay.
a question for all y'all. How many Indiana Jones movies were there?
3.
Okay. So we got negative
However,
1 that came
I do
out.
take
Now we
the
got
clip of
negative
them
2.
getting married at the end of Crystal Skull into canon.
What's this Crystal Skull?
I'm
you
all
speak
for
of?
that. The Kingdom of the Plastic Skull.
Yeah, that one.
There's something to do with aliens, which I know. Most people disagree with me. I had fun with that movie up until I looked at the alien biology. I'm like,
Hey,
that's
Kahuna.
stupid.
Muted.
You're muted.
Oh, your butt.
Still muted.
That's right.
Still muted. You're muted, but your camera's on.
He's here in spirit. Yeah, cover his face up with Jose's comment. What a disservice.
Oh my gosh.
There. Now,
So, that's
no,
fine.
Yeah,
Is that
cover
better,
my pony
Monty?
up.
That's better. I can see my pony. So yeah, we have Elemental and Flash coming out the same day. And then not even 2 weeks later, you have Indiana Jones and the Teenage Kraken coming out the same day.
I really thought when you said Teenage Kraken, I almost thought you were making a joke at the Seth Rogen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, calling them the Teenage Mutant Kraken.
No, that's actually what
Then
it's
I
called.
remember.
Teenage
the
Mutant
DreamWorks
Crackheads.
film.
God, you're just gonna have nothing but pot jokes in that fucking movie.
Colors, man.
No, there's that. It's literally we watched the trailer on the show. Actually, I think of the
Yeah, no, I remember the DreamWorks movie then, but we got him now.
again.
Hey.
Do we got him for real?
Is there audio?
He has to
Kahuna's
speak.
so awesome he doesn't need audio. We just
He really
we just
doesn't.
know what he's saying.
Start
Nope, still no
teabagging.
audio.
Start teabagging.
Are you trying to run through OSB and into StreamYards?
Show us that mullet.
Because every time I've tried
You can
to
see the
run
beautiful
OSB
mullet at
through
least.
StreamYards, the audio will not come through.
Ah, look at that disgusting nipple.
So we got June 30th, India. I'm trying to finish this point for a readout here. Just so June 30th, we have the
Gonna get
Kraken
there.
movie and Indiana Jones, and then immediately 2 weeks after that is the new Mission Impossible movie. Tell
Oh,
me
God.
that they are
Everything's
not
back.
screwing themselves out on sales this summer.
That's part
Tom
one,
Cruise
by
is
the
going
way.
to kill them again.
So Mermaid got killed by Spider-Man, and then you got Elemental and the Flash at the same time. Those two can just kill each other for all I care.
But Maji, you're the summer might be a pooper, but you have the Marvels coming out later this year, right next to Eternals. Not Eternals, but
Yeah, I'm with you on this
Speaking
one.
of mermaids,
what the
Had to
fuck was
put
that?
that back
Echo.
up.
Echo, the one that they're dropping all at once to binge on Disney Plus.
Oh, Echo?
Yeah, Echo.
Oh yeah,
And then
That's
something
technically
else.
I heard
been
rumor
done.
that's a mess right now.
Well, that's been done forever, but it was so bad they didn't want to release it, but they kind of ran out of write-offs.
Sorry, that
Maji.
lineup put me to sleep.
Maji, Marvels was done a while ago. It's been reshot so many fucking times because each time they keep test screening it, everyone says this movie's real shit. They keep
I thought that's what
reshooting it.
people say every time. Brie
We will
Larson's
get to a
movie.
Jose once we get through the rest of the lineup. If
Oh,
we
thank
could
God
stop
you didn't
getting
cover it yet.
sidetracked.
I mean, or starfish. Sorry.
We are
Well, we
getting
managed
there.
to make it out a full 2 months. I think we're good for now. But it's just crazy. They're not only stacking it on top of themselves being their own competition within each other, but they're stacking it against their competition on the same freaking days. And the only one that sounds like it's going to be a real hit is the Mission Impossible movie.
Is Disney who's publishing that one?
Mission Impossible?
Should be
I'm not sure.
Universal.
Yeah, it should probably be Universal.
Fuck
Hey,
you,
James.
I'll double check.
Dun, 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 dun.
Well, like the Spider-Man in Multiverse is Sony, so that one's not Disney's not even
No,
getting credit for that one.
Paramount. It's Paramount.
Hey, Frequency.
Spider
you
Verse
have
is
your,
Paramount.
No, Mission Impossible is Paramount.
Oh, okay.
No,
Hey,
Spider Verse
Frequency?
is Sony.
Yeah.
You have your thumbnail right there.
Yep.
Not going there.
So, James, I saw
Maji,
you posted something new, James.
That is correct.
Sorry, I'll stop being annoying.
I recently posted about my upcoming stories, which I've been focusing on heavily.
Oh my gosh, I haven't heard of that. Jose. Sorry, James.
It's fine. It's fine. There's a show going on.
hold up, Jose. Shrek's already did that with Donkey and the Dragon.
Okay, now we're going back to James's new work. Come on,
Shut
James.
the fuck up, Maji.
I just woke up recently, so I've been pretty tired. Working on the new story. You can go ahead and find a lot of great stuff on the Gilded. I keep on posting things on there. This is the cover reveal for anybody who is interested. Is a nice psychological thriller there. I've had a lot of fun writing, still putting in the final touches and editing, because I edit basically until the freaking final day, because something's always going to make it through. But big announcement. I recently actually acquired a secondary job, so that way I could get more fundage coming in, so I could actually start hiring short story writers to write in my universe. So
That's awesome.
Nice.
That's
Yes.
right, readout. So you're going to do a short story on the battle of something in his world. It's going to be like a historical.
Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'll
That is
challenge you.
possible.
I don't want
I-
challenge.
Possible.
I challenge you to a historic fiction on Bighorn Little or Little Bighorn Battlefield.
Went all over there when we got there in the end.
Yeah. Yep, Little Bighorn Battlefield from Sioux's point of view, the Sioux Indians' point of view.
From the Sioux.
You don't accept my challenge?
I got
Yeah,
a
but it's
lot on
got
my
to fit in
plate.
his world. You see?
Yeah, that's true.
These are two different things being thrown at me. But talk more, James. Talk more about James. Talk
Sorry,
James
sorry,
more.
James.
James, talk more.
I got
Well, actually, it's so funny that Maji speaking because this is the story that's being shown off right there. That Western story was the one that Maji actually beta read.
That's the one I'm working on right now.
I hope it's
I'm about a quarter of the
enjoyable.
way through.
I hope it's
Yeah.
enjoyable. It's definitely based off of a lot of old school westerns that I've watched and things like that. And a majority of my characters are made to be serialized, so I'm seeing who likes what and which ones are going to make more appearances than others. But all of them are going to have their own minor serial or trilogy going on. And eventually,
Well-
a lot of them are going to meet each other too.
You hooked me with this guy,
Yeah,
and I haven't even the full story ain't out yet, and I'm already like, I had a good laugh right in the middle of that one. I'm like, if I'm laughing already, I got to see the rest of this.
Wait,
Mhm.
James, is
Oh,
his
look, the
name
Black Knight.
Chad Bushman?
no, that's not that one. Actually, I think that story is already out.
Is it?
Um,
It was like a page and a half, and it said something about the rest is coming.
It might have been the early release, but I'm pretty sure that one's already out. It would be crazy if I completely forgot to release it, but I wouldn't be too.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be too surprised. Interesting.
Yeah,
I'm
find
pretty
out what
sure-
happens
did I-
next on the 15th.
All right.
So I thought you meant the 15th of this month.
No, did I forget to release? I'm pretty sure I released that one. Did I forget to release it? Holy shit!
Here's-
Ah, crap. All right. Well, maybe I'll release it today during the stream.
Real time upload.
Nice.
Right. Well, yeah, you know what?
Well, while waiting, I got plenty of other stuff to read. Like I said, I'm working on
I know, but that's
I'm working
one
on
of the
9 Tree
reasons-
Timothy.
That's one of the reasons why I kind of had to pull back a lot, because it is a one-man project there. Pretty much everything's made by me, which is both awesome and a detriment because it takes up 90% of my free time. And then trying to keep it all organized and structured becomes an issue along the way.
Jose, that's awesome.
Or who knows, maybe on the 15th, I'll release both of my stories at the same time. I think that'll be interesting, having a dual release.
Dual the releases.
Yeah, you know, kind of like how they used to have like that's kind of where B movies came from. They were the second movie you play, except this time we
Double
got two
features.
double features. It'll be a double feature maybe.
And that's the whole purpose behind Grindhouse with Tarantino and stuff. That's the
Right.
whole purpose behind that film.
And that's kind of what I almost want to do with the short stories I'm going to purchase from people along the way, is kind of double feature them. And if I like particular writers, I'm just going to kind of give them bigger and bigger stories along the way, or I should say more, bigger is in the word count. And depending how much I trust them, like the events of the world and things like that.
What, I can't blow up your world? That fucking sucks.
Hey, at least in his world, the flat earthers aren't nuts.
True.
If there was an Earth.
Yeah, but the climate changers kind of get pissed off at it, you know.
Well, because they got nothing to raise money on there. There's no climate change problem as far as I know. There isn't, right, James?
In this world, not really. In fact, you got the opposite. The climate doesn't change.
Yeah.
All
Like I
the
said,
all the weather is
Yes.
exactly the same, or
Yeah,
not exactly the same, but it stays the same.
Yeah,
Some areas are
it's
just
stagnant.
forever cold. Yeah, some
Yeah,
areas are
because I was
forever
thinking
cold,
about it
others
as
are
like
forever summer.
I don't see a whole lot of like seasonal changes happening in the world of
No,
this setup.
no, like
Maybe
there's some
certain
kingdoms are
areas
just
if
stuck in
something
frost.
particular was going funky, but not in general.
There are some anomalous zones where like you go from just clear sky and then you travel a mile and then it's pitch black and you're like, I have no idea how this happened. But I got some awesome storytelling that involves all those locations.
I still want to know how far down can someone keep digging and keep digging until they eventually come out the top surface of that endless plane.
Well, you don't want to keep digging because there's a number of literal underground kingdoms you'll eventually hit, and they each slowly get more deadlier the deeper you go and more unfriendly. So
Yeah.
there'll be a lot of stuff to keep you from digging too deep, or you might just end up in a giant cavern and awaken some ungodly beast that's been slumbering for thousands of years.
Yeah. But I am wondering if you keep going, do you eventually come out the other side?
I actually have kind of what's on the other side already mapped out. So in a way
Yes!
you can, but it starts to get
It's
pretty
probably
like
not realistic to
mind-bending.
get there, but
Yeah, it will
you
get
you
pretty
mentioned quite a
mind-bending.
few obstacles in the way already besides the digging itself.
Yeah, you will run into at least two small kingdoms of gnome people.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I say that, but I don't know what the gnomes are like in your universe.
Yeah, they're pretty cool, mainly shy, very small, very guarded gnomey. But then eventually you'll hit the underworld and then you're not gonna have fun.
I think
there.
Christian's trying to join again.
Is he?
He says, "Hey guys, card to join. I'm not sure what the card.
Tried maybe.
Something dark side. Somehow Palpatine returned.
Somehow Palpatine returned. It's fine. We understand, Kahuna. We understand.
Yes, we hate sand too. Which one was that again? Which one was the I hate sand?
That was one of the Star Wars
Anakin.
Attack of the Clones.
Clones, okay.
Yeah.
The worst of the prequels.
Except for the Death Sticks part. That's pretty funny.
I hate sand. It's rough and coarse and goes everywhere.
All the things I like about that is the opening, the Camino shit, and
I don't remember anything from episode 2. I'm legit minus that line.
I remember the trailer. I remember there being less Jar Jar Binks for the child. I was like, oh, I don't like
That's
that
not
'cause I'm
monthly
a child.
improvement.
hold up, James. If you really hate Jar Jar Binks, George Lucas gave you something really nice in Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Here, let me give Jar Jar's the one who gives all the emergency power to Palpatine, leading to the rise of the Empire.
Well, it made him the obvious. Hey, all the fans hate this character anyway. Why not have the big screw up be on him? Okay.
Well, he is a Sith Lord.
It is true. The Lego Star Wars movie made him a Sith Lord, and Lego is canon.
Did they really?
Really?
Yes, they did.
Yeah, but that
Oh,
was
gosh.
Disney shit.
But Disney owns it, so
I don't give a fuck.
So
Disney
does that
owns it or
mean we
not.
could
None
use
of
a
that's canon
shotgun
to me.
on him and nobody's going to be mad at us?
Go
well,
for it.
somebody will be mad.
Yes. I still have the Force. I don't care.
Let me see if I can find the short little clip. But yeah, no, Lego made Jar Jar a Sith Lord, which Lego is canon because the contract Lego has with.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, but this is Disney canon, so no one cares.
Hold on. Jar Jar's not part of the Disney made up. Or did this come out after Disney owned the franchise?
You would have
Guessing
to.
after Disney owned the
It's a-
franchise.
It's the Lego stuff, so it's after Disney got it.
Yeah, it would have to
Yeah.
be. If they're going to get sued.
Yeah. Jose Hernandez asks, honest question for you all. I want to have my recommendations show up for Wednesday, but Twitter is
Oh.
cancer. At the same time, I want to follow you guys. What should I do? I'm not sure what you're
Maji-
asking me.
Technically, Rey and Kylo were cousins. If you want to go off of technically Disney canon, because they recanonized that Palpatine used the Force to impregnate his mother. That
Of
was supposed
course.
to be in Revenge of the Sith.
Why wouldn't they?
Yeah, well, Luke and Leia beat them to it.
And it doesn't surprise
And
me.
then Jennifer Lawrence
let's
was the
face
first.
it, for some reason, the extremists don't mind family inner.
What are you talking about? Jennifer Lawrence was the first Skywalker. Also, she was the one who invented Star Wars, the first woman to invent Star Wars.
You got a pretty murdy-chlorian there, boy.
This is what you want, Disney. This is what you want. This is what the family-friendly things are all about now.
I know, but it was so funny about the Rey and Kylo stuff because it was like, I don't know, a week or it was right before Rise of Skywalker that the novelization, which went off the original script, was completely made canon again. So technically they'd be like, I don't know, first or second cousins.
It's lazy writing. That's what it is. They didn't think this stuff through.
The galaxy is so small, everybody's related.
You know, to be honest, I'm having trouble caring about any of this crap.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
I've reached.
None
a
of
point
us are
where-
really caring. We're just making fun of it.
So what you get on your mind tonight, King Bob?
I'm watching hockey. That's fun.
All he
I'm
cares
not
that the
really
Golden Knights
disagreeing
don't
with you,
win.
Billy Bob. I'm just saying. Yeah, they
It's
screwed it
bad
up so
before
much. I
it
don't
was.
care anymore. I don't expect them to do anything good.
None of us do.
Yeah, I'm pretty much out.
So then why care? That's my point.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Their family tree
when I
is a
say I
forking
care,
palm tree.
when I'm making fun of something.
Once the effing Golden Knights don't win, I'll be happy.
Well, I got bad news for you.
What was that?
They're winning.
Oh, well.
Mother!
4-0 right now.
I hate them so freaking much. They killed not just the Penguins a chance at a free-peat, but many other teams suffered because they had carte blanche over the entire league when they got created. When did they do that before for an expansion team? You had carte blanche on the whole effing league.
So
You're
James,
correct.
he's going to write a short story of a hockey team.
Seattle
Well,
did the same thing when they came in.
It was so sweet watching the Capitals beat them a couple years ago. You're
I know,
making
he's in the
me
hockey.
say, I like seeing Alex Ovechkin carry the Stanley Cup. Remember, a Yinzer saying that. That's how much I love the Golden Knights.
Yeah, I didn't know you were into hockey. I'm not really into hockey, but I got a bunch of hockey cards from like the 1990s. You'd probably be impressed by.
Wayne Gretzky
I got at least 5 of his cards.
is
And
the
a
only
bunch of other
hockey
people
player
over
I
there.
know. I
Yeah,
don't know the
same.
name of any other hockey players. I just
Same.
remember
I'm a
seeing them
collector.
plastered all over Wheaties boxes growing up.
Hey,
I'm
you
a
only need to know
collector,
the great
so-
one. You're good. That's all.
You're fine.
I'm a collector, so as soon as I saw them, I'm like, sure, I'll take them. I'll add them to my collection. So I got a couple hundred old school hockey cards.
That's
Pretty
awesome.
good condition. Yeah.
Sorry, there was just some deep salt in that deep wound.
Hey, you want? Fair enough. Maji and I sat here and nerded out over Transformers. You guys can talk about sports ball or sports puck.
Sports.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's not even a ball in this one.
There's
Oh,
ball guards.
Poor Bob.
Everybody wears guards for their balls. I think they're more worried about their teeth in this game, though.
If you saw some pictures, I doubt you'd have that opinion.
Oh, that ship has sailed?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people missing teeth.
And there was one guy who got his neck cut open during a hockey game.
Yeesh. Well, was it by
He lived.
someone's skate?
I forget the guy's name. I think he was the goaltender for the Sabres. I think it was 1999, and it was just one of them freak things how they slid up and got him right here.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, he did live, thankfully.
Man, so one of my favorite lines actually came from the show CSI. He's like, "Looks like everyone went to a boxing match, but instead turned into a hockey game."
Oh yeah, they went to a fight and a hockey game broke out.
Hey, frequency. You know what they won't let into hockey games? Something about I don't know,
Food from
Jewish
outside.
space lasers.
Oh, it has been summoned, huh?
There's a
Mhm.
lot of things you're not allowed out.
Yeah, they won't allow this specifically.
Oh,
Ah, come on, cooperate.
The button's not working.
you gotta have this on standby.
Jewish space
No.
You're
lasers.
leaving me
Jewish
hanging
space
here.
lasers. Jewish
See?
space lasers. Jewish
Hold on,
space
I'm
lasers.
They're not
I'm hearing a
allowed.
lot of Jewish space lasers.
You can have
Jewish space lasers.
you can have an octopus in the rink, but no Jewish space lasers. No.
Mhm.
Actually, they're not allowed to do that anymore.
I'm sure. Yeah, I would imagine.
They ruin everything in this world nowadays. You can't have fun.
Yeah,
gotta
something
sit in
about
this-
cruelty to animals or some bullcrap.
It's already dead.
Well, if
That's
you
why
had
the
fun-
hockey players just take it all out on each other.
If you have fun, then that's not equity for somebody else because somebody else isn't having fun.
The
To
Red
be
Wings aren't
fair-
going out there and shooting the octopuses. It's
To
already
be fair,
dead.
that hasn't happened in a long time, anyways, because the
Yeah.
Red Wings now they suck.
That's
So that's
true.
not going to happen.
You can fake the pens for that.
Do you guys remember the Nintendo game Blades of Steel? It was a hockey game, and you can
Absolutely.
like you deliberately
It's a little
get
bit
into
before my
fights.
time.
Ultimate
That was the best part of the game was getting in the fights.
Yeah,
figurehead.
that was why I played it so much. Throw down the gloves and be like,
Hey, guilty.
I think you're the only one watching still, Guilty. You and Jose.
At least we're entertaining two of them.
Hey, guilty.
Yeah, King Bob.
wait, King Bob.
King Bob!
Originally known as Captain Bob, but thanks to Rice.
Promoted to King Bob, unless you're on Rumble. No,
I'm not making a new account.
Is it back to Captain on Rumble or?
No, it's
It's
Lieutenant
Lieutenant.
from
Oh,
way
okay.
back in the day. It's
So-
actually always Lieutenant unless that's already taken, and then I throw Captain. And if that's taken, then I just make something up.
Yeah, if the rank you were going for is taken, you'll just take the next one up.
Well,
Yeah, I got a
that was
few
too
more.
bad.
And I should say it's Army ranks, so no one gets confused.
Yeah, because I think what's the next step up? Divine Deity, Bob?
From where I'm at now, who the crap knows?
Emperor.
But yeah, God, probably.
Emperor and then God Emperor.
King Bob with his trusty hammer Mjolnir.
No way, dude. Bob is the ultimate mic drop.
Really is.
Gets his own gift for it, too. Or gift.
Oh, guilty gearhead. That says it all right there.
I'm gonna read something from the Gilded. Trippy Soul posted this. It's gonna be weird in the future when Disneyland is abandoned and being squatted in by riffraff. Some homeless crackhead playing princess in the castle. Heroin users lumped on Splash Mountain. Turds laying loose in Toontown. Nope, it'll match the dystopia that is California.
I was going to say, how is that weird? That means it's normal.
Dystopia land.
Sounds like you're describing downtown Seattle.
I'm just reading what Trippy and Stygia posted in the Gilded.
Yeah, I think we're going to wrap up in a moment here, but before we do, I wanted to see, where is it?
Wait.
I wanted to show something. Most of you guys have probably seen it, but what was you saying, Maj?
I was about to say, should we take bets on which movie stomps who out during the summer weekend face-off?
The fucking what is it called? The fucking shitty Spider-Verse movie. That's the one that's gonna make the most money.
I'm
I
going to
think
go
it'll
see
be-
that tomorrow.
I think it'll be Indiana Jones. I'm not Indiana Jones. Mission Impossible.
Well, Mission Impossible comes out. Is that next month?
Yeah, it comes out next month. But
I
basically,
still
every
think
2 weeks you have 2 movies coming out.
I still think the Spider-Verse movie is gonna make more money.
It's gonna be close between Spider-Verse and Mission Impossible. It's gonna be close. I am the pie.
Like I said,
Herman made that.
Of course,
yeah,
he did.
don't get him on a stream with EVS. 'Cause he'll eat the fuck out of him.
I am
Oh,
the
goodness.
pie bot.
With the Wig of Destiny.
Oh, remember Cartman singing "I Am the Dog"? I want him singing that, except I am the pie.
I don't know this song.
Oh, it was
yeah.
Cartman singing the Dog the Bounty Hunter theme song.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
He was going around singing,
boy.
"I am the dog, the big bad dog." I want him doing that, except pie.
Hold on.
I was hoping Herman would be around tonight to
There it
comment
is.
on that, but
no, we got Bob.
What about me?
We got Bob.
nice movie reference.
Oh man.
What?
That-
I'm trying. Is that the one where Bill Murray was always? He was going to the shrink, and the shrink took a vacation, and he told
Yep.
him, "You should take
What
a
about
vacation
Bob?
from your problems."
Yeah, what about Bob?
So Bob
That's
showed
it.
up
What
on his
about me?
vacation.
Yeah. Yeah, Richard Dreyfuss loathed Bill Murray and on the set. He could not stand him.
Say again.
Which I think really reflected well towards the end of the movie. To be
Yeah, Murray and Richard Dreyfuss did not get along well. Dreyfuss hated Murray.
That's because Murray never takes anything
Wow.
seriously.
I heard he's also kind of a.
Well, he is in his own right. Yeah, Murray's a douche in his own right, but
Right, because he never takes anything seriously. He never has.
professional golfer Bill Murray.
Caddyshack. Who doesn't love the gopher popping up and dancing around?
Oh, that wasn't even a Caddyshack
okay,
reference. I think he's
so-
legit a professional golfer. Or he did
Oh,
it.
is he really?
He
At
plays
one point
golf
he did.
more than anything else, by far.
Yeah.
Who
Oh, no
who
kidding.
did the Demon Beavers? Someone in
Demon
Gilded.
Beavers.
Someone in Gilded has a comic on GoFundMe right now with Demon Beavers, and I think of
Really?
the gopher from Caddyshack every time that they play this commercial with the Demon Beavers. Oh,
Wow.
who is it?
Pretty good impression.
The Demon
No,
Beavers,
I'm
huh?
trying to think who has it. It looks pretty cool.
What'd you say it was on? Indiegogo or GoFundMe or what?
It's on GoFundMe. It's somebody in the Gilded.
GoFundMe?
He's got. Oh, okay, hold on.
Demon Beavers.
Yeah. Well, I got great news. Apparently, I did actually officially publish the story, but for some
McCubbin!
reason,
You're right. It is McCoppin. We gotta.
course.
I almost gotta pull up McCoppin's commercial for you guys. But I gotta first find
The
out the name of
Demon
his.
Beavers.
Well, I'm looking at the beta now.
Damn demon beavers, they're up there in the holler. Don't want to mess with them. Then you
So
get
when I watched this commercial, I laughed so hard because when I saw the Demon Beavers, the first thing I thought of was the Caddyshack gopher.
But what were you saying, James?
yes. So apparently, I did actually release a story because I was as smart as a 5-year-old. Remember to do that on time. I don't know why it didn't
Paladins?
pop
That's
up
great.
there, but I'm pasting it in the private chat there for you, so that way, if you want to finish reading the rest of that, read out.
Oh, sweet.
Or
Oh, nice.
I said read out, but I meant regular. I don't know where I got your names. But you should read it too, read out. I think you'll like it.
hey, I'm resurrected now. There's no college for the summer. I got a chance to read fun stuff like this.
There you
Well,
go.
he's confusing people.
Okay, I have his commercial. I don't think we'll get copyrighted for it because he wrote the music.
I couldn't find the link, so
Here, I'll share the link for you.
yeah, or just share your screen and I'll put it up, one or the other.
Okay.
But then after that, we are going to wrap for the night.
Yeah, we've had enough brain farts.
Hey, I think tonight was awesome. We actually got in here and talked more about nerd stuff like we wanted to instead of politics.
That is true.
It's difficult because politics is in everything. I want to geek out, not pontificate.
Yeah. And you know what? When I actually told somebody about World Without End, they said, "Oh, so are you gonna like just put like use it as a commentary for the modern age?" Like, no. Oh God. No.
We're just
Why would
here
I
to
do
have
that?
fun. We want
It's-
fun. That's why we're
Yes.
complaining. We want fun.
Yeah, it's
Like
some
my book is
general
not at all a
escapism.
commentary on modern age either.
One
It might be a nice
extreme-
contrast. but-
One extreme does not mean the other is okay.
Yeah. Pretty much. Although in some aspects it's a little hard not to make modern day comparisons. That's just because there's a dystopia in my world.
Okay. I think I got the share screen up. Let's see.
Okay, because I was looking for the link, but if you're sharing, now I'm looking at a different spot.
All right. I'm ready to share if you want to flip it over to
Alright.
me.
There you are.
Sweet. Hi,
It's
guys.
all yours.
I don't think we'll get dinged for this, but if we do, I'm sorry. This is Record of the Paladin.
Demon beavers.
Demon Weavers. At least he made a villain that's memorable. Right?
I like Obi-Wan looking at it.
Knights Templar.
They know we are here. They may be planning
Hopefully
something.
the sound's not coming through my computer.
They continue down the hallway, the boards creaking under their
I hear
feet.
it all right.
Stop, said Melissa. There are numerous demons below us. Oliver saw a pre-shadow envelop Roland's feet. Roland, your feet! Roland lifted a foot and looked down. The floor gave way and he crashed through to the floor beneath. The destruction spread to Oliver and Melissa, who fell through after. Roland's mass tore through the next floor, and he continued to tumble down. But Oliver and Melissa crashed to a stop on the fourth floor. Oliver, yelled Melissa. On the ceiling! On the ceiling, dozens of demon-possessed beavers were gnawing at the wood, compromising the structure.
Get in there.
Oliver's hands worked automatically. His weapon roared to life and tore the beavers asunder. Beavers jumped from the ceiling to Melissa and Oliver, each exploding mid-flight as the bullets tore through their bodies. Out of the hole.
Maji, do you have the link? Do you have the link
what's
so I
the
could drop
Are you
it in the
looking
chat?
for the Substack?
For this, for what
Yeah.
you have on screen. I was looking for it under the GoFundMe. I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
Yeah, here. I'll post it for you.
Yeah,
and
I
get
just
off
want to
here.
drop that in the chat. And while you're doing that, James, anything else you want to cover from World Without End? We'll make this the start of the parting plugs.
It's kind of awkward for a parting plug, but about 18 days ago, I released my first audio short story on SoundCloud. I was going to share it tonight, but I'll withhold it until next week, and then we'll listen to a short 4-minute audio story. Hopefully next week. I have to see what my schedule is.
Yeah. If your schedule does not allow you to make it live next week, do you want us to play that anyway, or do you want us to wait till while you're here?
It's fine. I mean, you guys can play it. I'd prefer to be here, but I'd rather be.
Well, we prefer to have you here too. But,
Yeah.
Well, we also want to get it out there in front of everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to be working on those as well, because I've always been kind of a fan of radio theater. So that's going to be fun to do. Hopefully, I'll release one of those a month but I'm not set to a particular time frame of release.
Gotcha. I'm looking forward to it. Your world is growing all the time, and I don't know how you're juggling it all and keeping it all straight in your head, because that is so much,
Just
so
what
much there.
you focus relentlessly on whatever's going to release next.
Pardon to interrupt, but I just want to make a clarification. That's the dangerous one. That's the one that'll destroy everything.
Oh, the cat?
For a
The
cat?
kitty?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess.
That's
Cats
the
are
that's the
terrible.
destructive one.
Yum 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 yum.
Don't get him started.
Don't let him see the Mermaid comic, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, kitties eat fish. Okay, Raven Nevermore. What would you like to plug tonight?
Goodness.
And who's got the lawnmower going in the background?
For once, it's not me. The jets aren't going right now.
Some kind of
Sure.
motor or something.
Not James.
It
Bob.
might be Bob.
I don't have anything going on.
Bob, mute. It's
Yep, that was
Bob.
It's King Bob. All
You
right.
traitor.
Well,
I
mystery
have no
solved.
idea what it is because nothing. I can't hear anything.
Your vibrator.
Well,
You're not supposed to talk about that.
first rule of Fight Club: we don't talk about vibrators.
I'm working on something, but I've been so busy lately. I've just been thinking about it in the back of my head. So it's probably going to be a couple of weeks before I can get through writing it out and stuff. But otherwise, you can check out my other stuff that I've previously written on Substack and Minds. ravennevermore.substack.com or minds.com/ravennevermore.
And as usual, your link is in the description.
Yeah.
King Bob.
Yo.
Show
What
your
you-
website again.
Yeah, parting plugs.
Oh, yeah, check out my website, forafoundation.com. I guess you already checked it out. But check it out more and buy books through it because I get to have a little bit of money that way. Yay.
Yay. Hey,
There's reviews on there. There's also a shop with some shirts and stuff that I've made.
That
Nothing
wasn't a happy
amazing, but
game.
I think some of them are pretty funny.
hold on, shirts. Why did I not see these before? Let me get back on that tab.
It's in the shop
Oh.
section.
Shop.
I have 2 shirts that are related to the website, and then there's more at the store.
Oh wait, I did see this. Yes.
Oh, keyboard.
Yep, the keyboard hand grenade. And faith, family, freedom, and fortitude.
The 4 F's that it's based on, yeah. But yeah, there's more at the store. Those are just the 2 that I have on the website. Assuming it works. Actually, I haven't been on there in a while. I'm wearing that one right now, except my unicorn is on a green shirt.
This one?
Unicorns.
Yeah, I like unicorns. So I made a flamey unicorn that's supposed to be my picture, but since someone made me King Bob, I guess I'm King Bob for now.
We're gonna make unicorns great again. Okay.
Yeah, scary and cool, and ones that can kill you with stabbing their horn through your heart. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, these look nothing like the real life unicorns. The real life ones, they're big and they're gray.
I actually have some kind of like that I made for my nieces and nephews.
The
That
single.
before a family reunion that we did. They're on there somewhere.
How are these hoodies?
I haven't bought one yet. I should try. See what they're good. I know.
I saw the
I
shirt.
would like-
It's actually kind of cool looking.
I would like to get away from Teespring if I could, honestly, because I don't really care for them since they make you use PayPal, and I'm not a fan of PayPal. But I don't know anyone else that.
You know,
does
I just started a PayPal account for like a one-time thing. It was like
I have to use it for one of my bills. Not a fan of it.
I may end up using it more because I guess if I start doing more stuff with Rumble Rumble would require me to use PayPal for the transactions,
Oh, really?
So-
That's interesting.
which surprised me because you would think, hold on, didn't Dan Bongino start this whole transaction thing called parallel economy? And
Yeah.
Yeah, but he
He's
doesn't
a
own
bigwig in
Rumble.
Rumble.
He's a big donor of Rumble, but he doesn't
Yeah.
really own it.
oh, I
okay.
thought he was a partial owner. I thought he was like a
Well,
partner
he's
on
a
it.
partial owner, yeah, but he's not like the main
The owner.
guy.
The puck drops, the talking stops. That goes along with the hockey you were talking earlier.
I'm big in hockey, yeah.
Yeah, so cool.
I
Bob,
need to
what
get
country you
more.
from again?
Well, yeah, this one, I guess. I did live in several different ones. I moved every 2 years. Well, 3 years sometimes.
Are you
That
in the
sounds
hockey
exhausting.
one?
Well, wait, I had two questions. What?
You in the hockey one?
Oh, no, I'm not in Canada.
Oh, okay.
Blame Canada.
I've actually never been to Canada. It's one of the few I've never been to.
I was there for an hour, I think.
I got friends in Toronto that I'm supposed to come visit sometime. I'll get around to it. But they kind of went psycho, and so I don't really want to go up there.
Psycho ain't the word for it.
Mm.
Yeah, one of these days I'll visit vast and exotic places far away from here, like Rhode Island and Massachusetts.
I mean, America is pretty vast and exotic as it is. We are
It
a
is.
gigantic continent country.
Yep, it definitely is.
My point is I don't get out much. Those are two states right next to me.
Right?
One
What
day
they do-
I will get to the grocery store.
Yes.
What we'll do is we'll do an
Now, why do you need to
exchange.
do
and
that?
We'll do an exchange thing. You can stay at my house and I'll stay at yours. We'll be there for a month, but we can see what each other's little.
Yeah, by the end of the month we'll want our old places back, I'm sure.
Probably.
Frank will be dying of the heat. James will be dying of the cold and the rain.
We'll do it during the winter. Well, no, you probably have terribly cold winters.
That's a one-sided transaction.
Yeah, you'd enjoy winters down here. They're nice. They're like 70 degrees.
Oh, what was it? Yesterday
You're Canadian.
topped
Guilty?
out. It topped out mid 60s, and it was so nice.
That's
Nice
real
60,
cold over
65
here.
degrees, but the direct sunlight was very warm. Yet the breeze had a chill in it, so it
Yeah.
evened out just right. It was weird. It was like cold and warm at the same time, and it felt very New England.
Interesting.
Maji, what do you want to plug on your part?
Sorry, guilty gearhead. That sucks. I know your country's going through some things. Anyway, ours is too, if it makes you feel any better. Well, since we just watched McCoppins, I'll plug in his website real quick, which is I copied it and I didn't put it in. My bad. But it's actually pretty simple. There's no www. It is literally thepalatinbooks.com, where you can see all his different little works and stuff. Check it out. Check out more Demon Beavers. Also, go check out IronAge Media, ironage.media. They are doing some cool stuff. They got some new prompts up, and he's getting ready to launch Anvil 2 soon. So let's get going on the Iron Age.
Yep, and down in the description, right below Maji Chan's name, right next to it, you'll find the link to her Substack. But right below that, because when you came on, you shilled for Iron Age Media like every time, so I just started putting it right there with your name. It's always right under a name. You see Maji's name right under that is a link to Iron Age Media.
My Substack hasn't been used in a hot minute, but that's just because all my energy is going towards Shalar. Hopefully, I won't disappoint the gang when it's done. Coming out soon.
For something that started as a joke, you squeezed a freaking buttload of creativity out of your head for that. Oh, our Ferengi turned gremlin.
Kapla.
I think Billy Bob died.
No, he just ate after midnight.
Kapla.
Kapla. Read out. You got a stream coming up Thursday?
Yep, streams will be coming up Thursday, every Thursday, 8 p.m. Something else I want to still drop the link in the private chat is my Substack. I do have a Substack. I've only touched it once for an IronAge submission. Singed by War. It's kind of it's a war story, but it's also a little bit with a paranormal twist, and I'll just leave it at that. So if you want to see what I'm like when I write, the rubbish that I write, you can go see the Substack. So the link's in the private chat if you want to drop it in the chat. Yeah, that's my shield. Yeah.
All right, link is.
I read it. It's really good. I remember.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, hold on, there's a couple links you dropped. I want to make sure I'm getting to the right one.
The last one.
The one with the blue, not mine. I just put that one in
Okay,
chat.
I didn't realize I was scrolled up near the top. I'm like, why are you sharing Dr. Becky's link now?
No. Yep. That's that. Yep. Uncut History, Thursday nights, 8 p.m. at Redoubt Productions. That's my show.
That is cool. There's a lot of unknown history in those. You should check him out, guys. He gets a little nervous, so he speaks fast, but it's cool.
I get hyper.
Yeah, he's hyper, not nervous. Wrong word.
The adrenaline flows.
You get to
That's
see
what
his
it's
history nerd. Unlike today where he's like, what are you talking about?
And watch me completely mentally break down. That's the StreamYard link, Wrangler. Just copy the... You see, you take the cursor and you go to private chat.
Right.
Okay, I'm being
heard of it.
now.
That
the-
is mean.
How did that happen?
Everybody can join the stream now.
Seriously,
thing it's Sunday.
let me try this again. Control C. All right. Did that not take before?
There we go. Okay. now-
Yay!
Yeah, we get everybody. Raven, shill. Everybody shill. Who doesn't
Yeah.
shill yet?
Can I don't know how to delete my comment without banning myself.
Oh, that's nice.
You're fine.
Reach out. Let's talk history. I know you invited me to one of your streams. Choose an interesting portion of history so I could do my research a bit.
Well, you don't even have to do. No, my idea is just basically to get you on and just shout out World Without End.
All right, right on. Still like to talk history though. Big into history. And I
Oh
know
yeah,
a
we'll
lot
talk
of different
history.
stuff.
This
Yeah.
should be something cool since he does a lot of westerns and stuff.
I have been delving heavily into American history of the West for a while now. That would be a fun topic. And then also just American history in general, I've been following for a while. I do need to read up on my Civil War stuff, though. It's been a while.
Sounds like a plan.
I guess that leaves me.
Did we show Raven?
Raven, did you
yeah.
shill?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. We're none of us are very focused tonight. We all nerded out, and now our brains are getting
Yep.
mushy. Except for Redoubt, who has had his brain reformed after all the schooling.
Well,
They
my
ripped
brain
it
was
apart,
never right to
rebuilt
begin
it.
with.
Right.
They ripped his brain apart, rebuilt it. He looked at it and said, "Nope, they didn't do it right," and he had to fix it.
And by fix it, I mean mess it all up.
That's all right. We need an Iron Age historian, somebody that's willing to look up the facts that they're changing.
The new $6 billion man, huh?
Well, anyway, I'm going to shill for surprise, surprise, Haley Star Bad Kitty. Who'da thunk it? Anyway, join Haley and Elizabeth on their wacky adventure through underground facility as they try to deal with the Archons and save their town. It's a good time. She rocks with that potato gun. She really does. She knows her stuff. She's practiced. Go check it out. It's right there. The link is in the description below. If you enjoyed this presentation, hit the like, and if you didn't, I appreciate you stopping by. We'll see you next time, and God bless. That didn't work. I was supposed to do that.
Jewish
on the...
space lasers.
There we go. Good night, everybody.